Alright guys, today we're outside. We're going to transform this flower bed. We're going to pressure wash it, and then we're going to put some new plants in and do some new mulch. We've been neglecting this for about 10 years. It's time to get it done. Let's go. Alright guys, thanks for joining me for another video. Kind of how this whole project got started was around 10 years ago. I got these paver blocks for free and brought them home and pretty much built this wall pretty soon after getting the blocks, cleaned it up, and then it's pretty much been sitting for about 10 years now. And I would come around, spray Roundup every once in a while. But I've always had a vision for this part of the yard. I want to do some nice landscaping, kind of some low maintenance landscaping, so I don't have too much to take care of, just kind of keep everything nice, simple, and clean. So right here I'm just adding some dirt to the flower bed. I just want to kind of raise it up about a half an inch to an inch, just get a little bit more loose material in there. Got to get that swing out of the way. Now just kind of raking everything out, getting it smooth out, ready for the plants. So we're going to be planting some azaleas. They're encore azaleas, so they should be blooming like 3 times a year. We went with purple and white, and my first thought was to alternate the purple and white. However, you cannot alternate 5 plants. Learned that during this project. Right here I'm just kind of laying everything out. Just want to get a even spacing between the tree and the retaining wall. Now we're just going to be laying everything out. I'm going to put the purple ones in the front and do the white in the back. So I'm just kind of putting some spray paint around so I know where to dig my hole. You always want to dig your hole about 2.5 to 3 times bigger than the actual plant itself. This is going to leave room for any loose material, as well as the mushroom compost that we're going to be adding to the hole. And with the mushroom compost, we're going to be mixing it in with our native soil, and that's going to help promote some strong root growth. And when you're putting these plants in, you always want to leave them a little bit proud, sticking up a little bit. As you can see right there, I'm just trying to adjust the height with some extra dirt. So if you don't leave those plants sticking up and you plant them too deep, sometimes those branches on the lower part of your plant will end up kind of growing through your mulch as opposed to sticking up proud above your layer of mulch or pine straw, whatever you're using for your project. And right here I'm just adding some extra mushroom compost around the top, mixing it in with the soil really well. And then we're pretty much just going to kind of smooth everything out at this point. And you can just kind of continue the same process all the way around the tree until you have all your plants in the ground. After you have all of the plants in the ground, you're just going to kind of go around, smooth all your dirt out, make sure everything's nice and even before you start adding your mulch to your flower bed. Overall, we had a few tree roots to work around, but now we're just going to start laying out our mulch. And we just went with brown because I feel like it matches the best with everything else in our yard. And kind of a trick with these bags, if you'll just cut right down the middle and then pick up both ends and stick your knee through it, all the mulch will kind of dump out on the ground. It keeps your hands clean. You don't have to get super dirty. However, landscaping is a dirty job. So kind of the last step in this process, we're just going to kind of smooth this mulch out. You want to get about 2 to 3 inches of mulch all around the flower bed. That just kind of helps prevent weeds and helps kind of insulate those plants, and will help it also retain moisture. Little trick whenever you're doing this, if you turn your rake over, it'll help smooth out your mulch a little bit better and won't give you such a hard time whenever you're trying to rake this stuff around. Alright, so this is a final walk around of the project. I think everything turned out super clean, especially the retaining wall, the way it turned out. It looks really nice now. And y'all subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.